All right, so it is May 27th, end of May here. We are getting this corn planted back here on my deer lease. It's about 5 acres. Got Rob Henley with Henley Wildlife out here with his no-till drill. This is the first time he has used it for corn. He's used it for a lot of brassicas and other stuff. So he's cut me a little bit of a deal just because he's like, well, if it doesn't work out and it doesn't grow right, I'm sorry, so I'll cut you a deal. So he cut me a little bit of a deal. I'm spreading fertilizer. This Hueyman is working really good. I think I'm going to buy one. This is Rob's. I think I'm going to buy one after using it. It's quite nice. Difference in, so we have 2 different corn seeds. One's Roundup Ready and one's not. But the one you can spray a little bit of 2,4-D on it if you needed to. So we put that in the drill first, and once that runs out, then we'll use the Beck stuff over here. And that's Roundup Ready. So as long as they're separated, that way if I come in to spray weeds later, I can know what's what and where, you know. So besides that, spreading fertilizer, planting corn. Hopefully we shoot a great big buck over it. All right, it is June 15th, Dustin Holden's birthday, about 2 weeks here after we planted the corn here on my deer lease. As you can kind of see behind me, it's coming up pretty good, probably 3-4 inches tall. We sprayed this field twice. Still looks like we missed a couple spots. I wish I would have done my first spraying just a little bit earlier, you know, when the weeds were, you know, just starting to grow. Once they get bigger, it makes it harder to kill them, get rid of them. We've got some grasses kind of coming up with the corn and stuff. This corn is not Roundup Ready. It is conventional corn, so you can spray a little bit of like 2,4-D on it. But the farmer I got it from, Larry Powers, he sprays something else on it that's really effective that doesn't kill the corn. But I can't come in here and spray it with Roundup now. If I do spray it with anything, it'd be light 2,4-D. With that being said, a lot of its grass is not so much broad leaves, so a little worried about the weeds. Behind me looks really good. I wish the whole thing looked like this. This actually, the area right here is where I put my food plot last year, so there's less weeds in general kind of around this whole strip, but kind of throughout the main part of this food plot here, it's a little weedier. Not terrible, but definitely a little bit more than what I would like to see. So, but besides that, it's looking good. Probably next week. I probably don't have time this week. We're getting ready to leave for Oscoda for the 3rd stop of the Michigan Walleye Tour on Lake Huron. But so probably next week I'll come in here before the corn gets too tall, and I'll spread urea on it. Probably try to bum Rob's quad again from him because he has that nice Hueyman spreader. That worked great for spreading fertilizer. We spread 100 pounds per acre roughly of 19 when we planted this, and now that the corn's coming up, I would do it now, but like I said, I don't really have time this week, so probably next week when it's a little bit bigger, I'll come in here and spread straight urea on it. And with that, you want to make sure you do it like right before rain if you can, ideally right before rain, because if you don't, that nitrogen will just disintegrate or evaporate rather. So right away on the urea you want rain. And then ideally you get some hot days following that, some nice humid days, and that's what the corn likes, is what I've been told by farmers. So urea right before rain, hot days following. That's what we're going to shoot for within the next couple weeks here, 2 to 3 weeks, like I said, because then otherwise if the corn gets too tall, we will be, you know, hitting the bottom of the quad on it. So yeah, what we're gonna do, so actually this little spot behind me as well, like I said, this was all food plot last year, and I just spread some Egyptian wheat in behind here, in the main part of the plot, so I could kind of get in and out, and it was nice cover. Deer used it a lot, and then I mean probably 2 acres of food here as well, and it was good, but really want some good drawing power with the corn. And I've got a blind right behind Allison, which we'll flip around here in a minute and show you guys, but once it turns into gun season, y'all bow hunt out of this blind. Once gun season rolls around, this blind's gonna go all the way to the back of this plot, and it's probably 250 yards from edge to edge, you know, so you can pretty much shoot the whole thing. It's about 5 acres. Pretty much shoot the whole thing with a gun, and the access is money. Like, you'll be able to get out of that blind, and there's just enough of a hill there, get out of the blind, and you're out of here. So the access is really good. It's good. I mean, any straight south wind isn't good for this, but anything literally out of the north is fine. Straight west is fine. East is fine. Just anything south is a little bit of a problem, but access is good. You know, there's a lot of really good bedding back in behind me. I've had food plots in this field now for about 3 years. Before that, it was a hay field. I've got a tree stand right over here to the north a little bit, or to the east rather, excuse me. And I've come really close to killing a couple nice bucks out of that. Both of them came out of this corner and didn't quite make it past me. So this year, you know, like I said, last year we had this blind here. This year we got the blind, corn for access. And then once it comes, you know, middle of July, end of July, we'll come in here and I'm going to make 2 pockets of brassicas, probably adding up to about an acre, about half an acre over on this side of me. And then I'll have corn coming straight at me. Like, this corn will still be running, and I'll cut like a lane right in the middle of it between the corn and my blind. So they kind of got to come around, run another pretty big food plot over here, you know, half acre on each side roughly. This one might be a little smaller, more like 1/4 acre, but this one will be pretty big. And then use that corn to hopefully get them to kind of funnel around me. We'll get a scrape tree off the end of the corn, trail camera on it. I mean, setting the trap, it's been a bit of an expensive trap. If anybody's planted corn, you know it's not cheap. So mainly, you know, the spray and the fertilizer. Luckily, Larry was nice enough to give me the corn, so that really helped out a lot. I appreciate that. So we'll see what happens come fall. Like I said, we're going to get some urea spread on this corn here in the next couple weeks, and hopefully it grows. Hopefully the raccoons and turkey don't bother it too much. That's the main thing I'm worried about back here, because it's all woods around here and swamp and raccoon territory. So hopefully they stay out of it. So we'll see what happens come fall. We're going to put a lot of work into it, a lot of effort, and hopefully it works. You know, sometimes it's a bummer, you know, when you put a lot of work into something and it doesn't work. So first year planting corn back here, so we're trying to do everything we can to make it work. But you know, at the end of the day, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we just basically did a 180. Allison's standing in the same spot. I was on the other side when I was just talking. But this is the blind I was talking about. You shoot a bow out of it. And again, access is good. It'll be right through the corn. The lane to get out of here is straight that way. So I mean, really good access to get in. But I mean, obviously it's like hunting any food plots. If there's a deer on the food plot when you try to get out, you're probably not going to get out clean. So the nice thing about this though is generally what I've noticed back here, a lot of the deer will come out here a little bit earlier on their way to the ag field. So they'll hit this, and a lot of times right at dark, you know, when you're trying to get out, there a lot will go that way to that corner, and others will go this way, kind of through this woods and out into the ag field that way. So you just got to kind of wait them out and try to time it right. But yeah, this is the blind that we're hunting out of. Obviously it's on a gravity wagon, and like I said, once bow season's over, we will hook up to this, move it all the way to the very back, and access is really good. Then you can actually get out of here even if there are deer in this field. So hopefully we kill a great big one out of it. I am not anticipating any real big ones this year. You know, I didn't really have much for like 3 and 4 year olds make it through. Last year I had a few that had made it through, and one of them must have died EHD or something. I never saw him. I was really looking forward to him. Never saw him. Killed my buck obviously last year. He was one of the ones who had made it through. Peggy had made it through, and last picture I got of him last year was October 20th. No idea what happened to him. So yeah, I mean, this last year there's like one 8-point that made it through that I'm looking forward to. I mean, probably not going to be a giant, but he'll, you know, he's nice framey 8-point. He'll be a 4-year-old, I'm pretty sure, this year. So looking forward to him. But besides that, not real sure. We had a handful of deer die from EHD last year, unfortunately, as well. we found 4 or 5 bucks. There's 1 or 2 back here. There's a little wet spot, and then there's a lot of swamp, and there's a pond up front. I found 2 nice 3-year-olds, like, you know, 120-ish 3-year-olds in that pond, maybe 2-year-olds, whatever they were. But found 2 there. Landowner found 1 back here. Found a couple in between. A couple really nice up and coming 2 and 3-year-olds. I was just really happy that the buck that I ended up killing didn't die from EHD. So we were blessed there. Like I said, maybe in the comments, if you're still watching this, here's a question for you. Peggy, the deer that I really wanted to kill, he's 6.5-year-old. Anybody who has followed any bit of my hunting knows Peggy. I've hunted him for the last couple of years, and last picture I got of him last year was October 20th. He showed up in September like he has the last 3 years. Showed up in the middle of September, and October 20th he was gone. No sightings, no trail cam pictures, no nothing. So I'm not real sure if he died from EHD or if a neighbor shot him. I didn't hear about it, but do you guys think that October 20th is too late for an EHD deer? We did not have a frost, so leave it in the comments what your thoughts are.